Fellow Sierra Leoneans, today, 27 September 2023, is celebrated globally as the United Nations World Tourism Day. Sierra Leone, being a member of the global tourism ecosystem, is joining the rest of the world to commemorate this day, albeit on a very low key. In 1980, the United Nations World Tourism Organization set the 27th of September as World Tourism Day to promote public awareness on the immense contributions of tourism to the socio-economic growth of nations and to promote peace and socio-cultural cohesion globally, as well as reflect on the challenges faced by the tourism and hospitality industry. Tourism has proven to be a driver for many developing as well as developed nations globally. This sector is not just a leading source of employment, particularly for women and youths, it also provides opportunities for territorial cohesion and socio-economic inclusion for the most vulnerable regions. Tourism continues to promote universal values, helping rural communities to hold their unique natural and cultural heritage, supporting conservation projects, including those safeguarding endangered species and traditional values. Statistics has shown that tourism accounts for more than 10% of global GDP and 30% of the world's trade in services, providing 1 in every 10 jobs globally, while 80% of global tourism is driven by small and medium enterprises in the tourism sector. This year, the UNWTO, in recognition of the propensity of positive contributions to the tourism sector towards achieving the Sustainable Development Goals, has proposed tourism and green investment as the theme for this year's World Tourism Day celebrations. The Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs and its subvented agencies has adopted and domesticated this theme as mainstreaming green tourism investment for sustainable development. Sierra Leone increasingly becomes vulnerable to the impacts of climate change, being ranked the 3rd most vulnerable after Bangladesh and Guinea-Bissau. The hazards of climate change affect almost every sector, including tourism, agriculture, and infrastructure. As a developing country, we therefore recognize the urgent need for the promotion of green tourism, which is to a large extent driven by a surge in the emission of greenhouse gases linked to our human activities. The Rio Declaration on Environment and Development requested the travel and tourism industry to establish a framework for sustainable tourism through agreed principles such as tourism and travel, which should contribute to the conservation, restoration, and protection of ecosystems of the planet, thereby assisting people to lead healthy and productive lives with nature. The determination of this ministry to promote domestic, eco, and wildlife tourism is in line with most, if not all, the Big Five changes of this government. These Big Five changes are captioned by accelerating economic growth and building resilience, especially first in granting incentives by way of encouraging more young people under Feed Saloon, to create farms and gardens for the supply of fresh foods and vegetables to tourism nutritional establishments such as hotels, restaurants, etc. Secondly, tourism as the largest job creator can tap into the presidential initiative for the creation of 500,000 jobs for the youth, as employment in this sector is dominated by young people. By extension, this ties into the prediction of the International Labour Organization that around 24 million jobs will be created worldwide if the right green policies are truly adopted. In this regard, domestic tourism investment promotion, especially in the rural areas, can be of immense advantage to the traditionally disadvantaged groups such as women, youths, and indigenous people. To achieve the above objective of creating jobs for our vulnerable communities, The Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs will throughout 2023 place premium on green tourism investments due to the benefits that would be accrued both economically and environmentally. Green policies lead to greater productivity and conservation as they focus on efficiency. There is reduction in waste as economies move towards a circular economy and sustainable products and services. Furthermore, sustainable tourism, also known as green tourism, prioritizes sustainable development by minimizing its negative impact on the environment, culture, and society. This type of tourism encompasses various practices and activities with an emphasis on reducing carbon emissions, conserving natural resources, supporting local communities, and promoting cultural diversity. The United Nations Environment Programme report published on the 17th of August 2023 stated that, and I quote, "Africa's private sector can bolster its green agenda and drive increased GDP, higher income per capita, create tens of millions of jobs, and foster collaboration between government, businesses, and local communities." Sierra Leone faces not just incredible challenges on climate change, nature loss, and pollution, but also has a uniquely dynamic economic landscape, youthful demographic, and opportunities for decarbonization, digital transformation, and leveraging for an environmental, social, and governance framework for sustainability in the tourism business framework. As a ministry, we hope to inspire both local and international tourism entrepreneurs and businesses, especially audacious investors, to engage in green growth and contribute to sustainable development goals. I will conclude by reiterating that as we celebrate the World Tourism Day under the United Nations World Tourism Organization global theme, Tourism and Green Investment, which we have adopted in our local context as mainstreaming green tourism investment for sustainable development, great challenges and great opportunities lie ahead of us. It is my firm belief and conviction that together we will meet them and make the necessary impact in our stride for the upgrade of the tourism sector and the development of the economy of the nation of Sierra Leone as a whole. Tourism, indeed, na all man business. Let we join Anne for promote tourism na salo. The determination of this ministry to promote domestic, eco and wildlife tourism is in line with most, if not all, the big five game changers in the government of Sierra Leone's development agenda, which is suitably captioned by accelerating economic growth and building resilience, especially first in granting incentives by way of encouraging more young people under Feed Salon to create farms and gardens for the supply of food, fresh fruits and vegetables to tourism nutritional establishments such as hotels and restaurants. Secondly, tourism as the largest job creator can tap into the presidential initiative for the creation of 500,000 jobs for the youth, as the employment sector is dominated by young people. By extension, this ties into the prediction of the International Labour Organization that around 24 million jobs will be created worldwide if the right green policies are truly adopted. Mi fambude, una kushe. Today, September 27, na the day wey the United Nations set aside for let we go celebrate tourism. Then call on the World Tourism Day. This year, your own celebration, the theme where we dey make am under na tourism and green investment. Na salon na ya, we dey celebrate this day with boku activity because we believe say tourism na all man business. The Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs, They start this day with match pass with them, with pikin them, when are the future leaders of the country. We want for emphasize on tourism business. We want for emphasize, say, let people they understand, say, if we protect we whole place, we protect the environment, we look after we self, and we make sure, say, then we touristic sites them, we look after them, better go follow we all. So as a ministry, we they call all man, the mama them, the papa them, we brother them, we sister them, the pikin them, the grandpa, the granny them, all, for let we all join hand and promote tourism business. Let we left for do them thing them where they are bugging we tomorrow bambai, because we know, say, if we all join hand for tourism business, boku money go kana salon, and also for join hand for tourism business no more. Now for let we also make sure, say, we look after the environment, because the team say tourism and green investment. So let we left for the do them thing and they where they are bugging with touristic sites them, where they are bugging with culture. Let we go able for join hand and promote peace and development. Join hand for promote sustainable tourism. Join hand for promote green tourism. Tourism na all man business. I tell una thank you.